Witches, it's me, Luna here, and thank you so much for clicking that button. Before we go any further, click a couple more. The red one if you're not already subscribed, the like if you are so psychic that you already know you're going to love this video, and the little bell so you know when I drop new content. Okay, onward. I am here today for an unboxing, and it's a gift unboxing, and I'm very thrilled to have this deck. Whoa! To have this deck. I saw someone on TikTok with this and immediately knew I had to have it, and I told my sister-in-law, and she provided. It's called Music Oracles. And on the front here you see Amy Winehouse and Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, Madonna, and Jimi Hendrix. So, oh yeah, you know you're in for a treat. 50 cards, creative and life inspiration from great musicians. It says 50 cards, change your life with music. Absolutely. Consult the oracles today. Music oracles. Change your life. Same thing as on the other side. Change your life with music. Consult the oracles today. These music oracle cards offer advice, and there's an asterisk here. None of the advice is directly quoted from the artists, but it has been inspired by them. Okay. Advice drawn from 3 key elements in the musician's lives. Consult the music oracles and change your... So the sunglasses is attitude. The poison bottle is lifestyle. And the musical notes, inspiration. And you can see on the back here, Beyonce and John Lennon. This is 2019 by Laurence King Publishing Limited. This is in London. Okay, Laurence King. I'm going to have to go to them and see what else they have put out. Of course, the plastic has been removed. We've got a nice sturdy box with red inside. Oops. And then a little pamphlet type book. Guide to the Music Oracles. Find enlightenment with advice. And again, the asterisk drawn from the 3 areas, just the same as it said on the back. But here we have Björk and Prince. So it's getting more exciting because just the... And we've got, okay, I'm not going to go through the book because I want the cards to be the surprise. Okay, we have a red band. Here are the backs. We'll get rid of that. And there's just this pull-out, thing. But, hold up. There's a, oh, okay. All right, so there's just, this piece just provides a little platform for the cards so they're not down in there too far, which, I mean, was that really necessary? No, it wasn't really necessary for it to be completely flush, but I appreciate the aesthetic. All right, off we go then. Let's get you zoomed in. So, right off the rip, we have Ludwig van Beethoven. Let me take the brightness down a little bit. All winter it's going to be like this because we've got snow, snow, and snow. It is a gray, cloudy day, and it's still so bright. Oh, my God. Okay, Ludwig van Beethoven. And at the bottom of each card, we have those 3 symbols, the sunglasses, the poison bottle, and the music notes. So, attitude. A wrong note is insignificant. Playing without passion is inexcusable. Then the poison bottle, which is lifestyle, says, listen. Destiny is knocking at your door. Interesting. That, because he was famously deaf in his later years. And then the music notes, conduct a symphony in silence. Wow. I mean, that right there is pretty deep considering who it is. That, in later years, did he conduct his own symphonies? And he would have done it in absolute silence. Wow. Okay, Ludwig. Then we have Beyonce. Confidence can be the most powerful aphrodisiac. So they're not just, boom, boom, boom. It's however long the sentence is here. And that's attitude. Lifestyle is be both everywhere and nowhere at once. When someone sings from the heart, don't go tone deaf. They're rather thick cards. Hildegard von Bingen. Okay, this is going broad and deep. Holy moly. So we had Beethoven and Hildegard. Become like a feather on the breath of God. If you don't know who Hildegard Von Bingen is, you need to look her up. She was incredible. She was a musician, a composer, an herbalist. She wrote these full herbal medicinal books, and she's something else. In fact, I'm surprised she's not a saint. Probably if she'd been a man, she'd been a saint. Anyway, gain wisdom through the study of the unknown. Indeed, that's the lifestyle. And music. The soul is not in the body is in the soul. Am I going to read all these? I don't know. We'll find out, huh? Björk. Devour life whole is the attitude. The lifestyle is organize an orgy with the sky and the sea. And optimism is energy. Well, I gotta say, the writer, okay, wait. Written by Stefan Ellcock, Stefan or Stephen, illustrated by Timba Smits. So, to both of you, the Stefan Ellcock, I mean, the meanings are great. Absolutely in line with what I know of these people already. Here's David Bowie. Never lower your mask until you have another ready beneath. Oh. Cultivate strangeness and beauty will follow. Seek the truth floating far above the moon. I mean, I'm loving these already. James Brown, knock 'em dead, then leave. Don't quit moving until it's payback time. And when you're ready to get on up, it's time to get down. Hell yes. Kate Bush, you guys. Oh my God. The person that selected these artists is my friend. Never let go of mystery. Cultivate nostalgia for what never was. And the arrows of desire are sometimes dipped in poison. Oh. John Cage. John Cage wasn't he experimental music? Don't fall in love with your first idea. Surrender to chance, and all great art contains at its center contemplation. Wow. Maria Callas, she was a famous opera star from back in the 20th century, I want to say 40s through the 60s. Compromise is the enemy of perfection, and she was known for being a diva. Befriend your inner serpent. You cannot survive on sensation alone. Johnny Cash. Making the right enemies is as important as making the right friends. Heaven or hell, it's up to you. Darkness is your friend. Look at the Ring of Fire. So I haven't really been paying attention to the drawings and the context because we started off with plain brown. Beyonce, look at this. We've got her as the queen. We've got clubs and hearts, but she's a queen in a playing card deck. Hildegard and Björk that's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Then Bowie was fabulous and Bowie-esque. James Brown, look at the graphic art behind him. Tour posters. And Kate, this Neptunian background. John Cage, look at the abstract behind him. So kudos to the artist as well here. These are incredibly well done. And Maria Callas being decked like a queen. I mean, these are great. Nick Cave. I don't know who Nick Cave was. I know the name. I don't know him. Be sure to be the last guest at the Cannibals' dinner party, but you better believe I'm looking him up. Be sure to be the last guest at the Cannibals' dinner party. Embrace your limitations to become a wonderful disaster. Waiting for inspiration is just waiting. Okay, wait, I'm going to open a browser because I need to know more about Nick Cave. Let me see. This is a great time to look at and notice that these are alphabetized by last name. So I've been well trained by iTunes that, we alphabetize by first name. But this one does it the way it's supposed to be done. Born Australia, 1957. So the book has where they were born and what year. From heartbreaking beauty to barely contained chaos, few other artists can shift so seamlessly from tenderness and wistful resignation to white-knuckled mayhem as Nick Cave. A believer in the Manichaean notion that good and evil are present in each of us. His songs are compelling narratives of mortality and murder, damnation and destiny, dark possession and doomed romantic love. Having somehow survived his early incarnation as a narcotically fueled junkyard poet, demons on his trail, consumed by lust and hate, Cave is now a mainstream cultural icon, a venerable songsmith, novelist, and screenwriter, and living proof of the redemptive power of song. All right, I'm going to be researching more of him. You better believe. Share. All right. So now I don't need to do a search. Nothing becomes a legend more than not giving a damn. Bad taste trumps no taste any day. Lovers come and lovers go, but sequins are forever. Oh my God, it's perfect. Kurt Cobain. We're all in this mess together. Look at this. Just look at the underwaterness. Bleach, and there's the cover of Nevermind. Was that the name of the album? We're all in this mess together, so we may as well make some noise. Don't become your own tribute band, and you can't buy Teen Spirit. Leonard Cohen. When it comes to art, all that matters is telling your story well. Travel lightly through the darkness. Learn to live in the intervals between events. John Coltrane. Wow. An absolutely legendary saxophone player. It says dynamic stereo quality. So these stereo albums of the late 50s and early 60s. Take your solo, but give others their moment too. You follow your own truth. There are no false notes. And find beauty in the unexpected. Wow. Miles Davis. Play like you don't know how. Progress is impossible without shock, and the keynotes are those left unplayed. Fabulous. Bob Dylan. Nostalgia is for two-time losers. Don't mistake that mansion on the hill for paradise, and darkness may be falling, but we're not there yet. Wow. Ella Fitzgerald. You are your own best teacher. Nothing is more hard won than innocence. Wow. Intuition beats experience. Damn, Marvin Gaye. Don't fool around with something you cherish. There is madness in love, but also reason in madness. A selfless heart is all you need to get by. Let's stand up and have a standing O here for the diversity in this deck as well, musically, as well as culturally, as well as men and women, black, white, Italian. No, Maria Callas, I think, is Greek. It really is an amazing thing. Debbie Harry. Oh my God. This is the best. Like I said, it's Stephen Stephan, you are my friend. Blondie. Fools mistake their flesh for plastic. It's not enough to be beautiful. You need to know how to be beautiful. And my God, is she ever still. Stay open to new things and you will never stagnate. And, you know, the thing about Blondie is, you know, you look back and just look at how mind-blowingly gorgeous she was. What an absolutely unique voice. Nobody sounds like Debbie Harry, ever. But the thing about Blondie is they never gave up their punk aesthetic. You know, later albums, and they did, you know, they had a couple disco smash hits, but still the majority of their things were storytelling in the punk genre. They were fabulous. Okay. PJ Harvey. When in doubt, swim to new ground, jam with others but remain the lead, and redream past lives. There's Jimmy. Only losers stay in tune. Wait a minute. Okay, that plain blue background. If you live in a room full of mirrors, all you will see is yourself. He has a song called Room Full of Mirrors. Technology is a tool, but it will never set you free. Billie Holiday. If you're going to play with your whole soul. You have no understudy. That's loaded. That means nobody can take your place, folks. Sometimes losing beats winning. Wow. Lady Gaga. Turn bad romance into good business. Exaggerate your contradictions and become the star you were born to be. Excellent. Grace Jones. Learn to be your own sugar daddy. Harness the power of an unexploded bomb, always waiting, always ticking. To ensure survival, prey must become hunter. Iconic. Look at that woman. Oh my God. Janis Joplin, of course. Evolve but don't compromise. You're all you've got. The power of love must replace the love of power, and you are far greater than the sum of your fears. You know, when I'm looking at this and reading the things, what I'm struck with is just the loss of how we don't get the depth. You know, some of the other artists that we know that have been around for a long time, the meanings really speak to the depth of that we know about them as people. But when you checked out, you know, in the 27 Club, we just don't get to know that fully formed you. Or maybe we do. You know? Impossible to say. Kendrick Lamar. And I don't know Kendrick either. I know the name. Become the cure, not the symptom. I'm assuming a hip-hop artist. I'm hoping a hip-hop artist. Don't demand respect. Command it. You can be broke without being broken. I want to look at him. Kendrick Lamar is the most vital, audacious, and musically ingenious hip-hop star of his generation. Okay. The first musician from outside the classical or jazz traditions to be awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Music, Lamar has been described as the poet laureate of hip-hop, a mesmerizing talent and de facto moral compass who describes the experience of being young, black, poor, and gifted with remarkable candor and self-awareness. His music combines lyrical inventiveness and melodic flair. He produces panoramic soundscapes that fuse jazz, soul, and psychedelic influences with exhilarating mutant funk and time-shifting rhythms to create a multi-layered, devastatingly honest sonic portrait of African-American life in a time of crisis. Holy shit. Okay. Kendrick, you and I are getting to know each other. Well, I'm getting to know you after this. There's John. Not everything you see is a mirage. Not everything you hear is a lie. If you enjoy wasting time, then it isn't wasted. Peace is the only thing worth hoping for. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Madonna, everyone is entitled to your opinion. Pleasure without permission can be the greatest pleasure of all. That skates very close to a line here. You are and always will be your own work in progress. I want to look at something here. Okay, I see. The ones that are shown on the front are all in like these Sgt. Peppery coats that aren't the same as their pictures in the deck. Okay. Miriam Makiba. Oh my God. The U.S. Was introduced to Miriam Makiba back in, I think it was the early 60s, when her single Pata Pata came out. And I remember being very young and hearing, you know, sounds that blow your ears wide open. You should look her up if you've never heard it. Of course, that's all we know of her in the States. But she was a well-known South African singer. If the times are broken, it is our job to mend them. Your joy makes fools of your oppressors. In an age of liars, the truth is dynamite. Yes. Bob Marley, One Love. A small axe can fell the tallest tree. The fruits of Babylon are rotten to the core. Everything that is holy is among us here on earth. And I'm, you know, aware the book has little biographies, but not anything to look up beyond the cards. So you're getting like this whole deck here. Freddie Mercury, a dramatic life is better than being dramatic about life. Extravagance is the wicked stepmother of invention. I like it. There's nothing more precious than frivolity. Wow. Joni Mitchell. This is the one I think that probably made my sister-in-law jump because I looked it up, and this is one of her favorite musicians. Learn to write in your own blood. Wow. Wow. Some things need confessing, others are better left unsaid. Never lose sight of the miraculous. Dolly Parton, the higher the heels, the closer to heaven. Caution will get you nowhere, and the most precious diamonds are sometimes disguised as rhinestones. Oh, that's amazing. Edith Piaf. Okay, was she? Yes, she was a a torch singer, I believe, in France. Ne regrette rien. Never, don't regret anything. Never regret anything. No, never isn't in there. It just says regret nothing. Live with every fiber of your being and weaponize your flaws. There's a lot to think about with these. Iggy Pop! Don't waste time growing up. Turn rejection into an art form. If you want inspiration, you have to sneak up on it and catch it unawares. Elvis. You are king. You are king, it's emphasized. Never let reality stand in your way and always keep heaven on speed dial. Holy shit. Prince. Do what you damn well like, but always do it to the utmost. Never lose touch with your colorful side. Your dream home lies outside of time. Wow. Look at the purple rain. Lou Reed. I think of you, but not that often. Survive your own war. Learn to walk hand in hand with magic and loss. Damn. Keith Richards. Be your own best impersonator. Never be accused of anything you haven't already confessed to. Oh, laugh at your own darkness. That's fabulous. And you notice Mick Jagger is not in here, but Keefy made it. He is such an icon. Diana Ross. Make sure they never see the last of you. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing in a ball gown. You can be a better you than anyone else. All right. Don't dream about the sunset at midday. Know your rights. Travel is the most effective antidote to indifference. That's very good, too. Ravi Shankar. Always read and play between the lines. Your true nature is reflected in silence. Music is the infinite space between two souls. You know, he wouldn't have been there without the Beatles, right? Without George Harrison. Nina Simone. Never trust cures from the system that made you sick. When love is no longer on the menu, don't eat. There is nothing more beautiful than speaking truth to power, and she did. Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. Everyone looks up to the guy behind the guy. Fly yourself to the moon of your choice. You only get one shot at life, so aim high. Patti Smith. Jesus died for everybody's sins, but not yours. Learn to make peace with eternal dissatisfaction. That's excellent. The most powerful form of rebellion is of the spirit. Bruce Springsteen. There will always be magic, even on the darkest nights. May your mistakes, like your sins, be your own. Follow the river, but keep your eyes on the sea. Barbra Streisand. Fake it till you make it. It's easy to fool yourself, but hard to fool an audience. If you can't go right to the top, find somewhere else to go. Tina Turner. It's not what happens that matters, it's how you deal with it. Purge your life of whatever brings you down. The most beautiful lotus blooms in the deepest mud. From her, beginnings with an abuser to the incredible powerhouse she became, and now she is a practicing Buddhist that helps teach others. And then Amy Winehouse. Learn to love your truant heart. Honeymoons should last a lifetime. Treat your scars as your best features. Wow. I that might be the first time I have, read all the meanings of an entire deck in the unboxing. All right, let's get you backed out. Oh, I need to light my charcoal. Come on, these charcoals are usually very volatile. They go pa-boom. Okay. Now, before we do a test drive, let's say thank you to our allies and ancestors, guides, and guardians for being here with us all day, every day, whenever we need them. And let's do a basic smoke cleanse. I'm trying to pick a piece of cedar that's not too going to go up too fast here. Oops. All right, I think I need the match again. Hold on. I need a new match. And you guys get to witness the blessing too. Where's the flame? Where's the flame? There we go. So you notice I'm using cedar instead of white sage. I am saving the last of my precious white cedar for very special or white sage for very special occasions. And then I'm not going to buy any more because it is part of indigenous ceremony and it's becoming endangered. So we do a little smoke cleanse. Fire and water, may you be purified and charged. And by water and earth, may you be blessed and cleansed. Let's do a little bit of a sound bath. That really wakes it up and brings the spirit in. And we have offered fresh water. And now let's offer the fire of Azrael to finish. This really consecrates. So the elements are for cleansing and just basically blessing the deck, but then this is what consecrates it with the spirit of divination. All right, let's see how she shuffles, eh? It's not too wide to hold this way. It's pretty stiff. Hey, oops. I had a little trouble at the end there. You can't really bend them to get them to go together, but they go together easily. They slide against each other easily. Whoops. Let's see if I can do the thing. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I think you could loosen it up. Let's do one more shuffle this way, and then I'm going to cut and ask our question. So, question, of course, how do we go from merely surviving into full-on thriving? And another way to state that question, while I was in the shower, it popped in my head, was just how best can I love myself today? How best can I love myself and the world around me today? Whether you're watching this, early on or watching it years after I post it, it's your today that counts here. So how do I best love myself and the world? How do I best shine my light into the world today? When we love ourselves well, our light just shines, right? Okay. I'm going to turn them over. This one, I think, wants to come. All right, and I'll put these over here. Let's see what we got. Number 1, Kate Bush. So how can we best love ourselves right off the bat here? Never let go of mystery, nostalgia. She's talking about those. Somebody's trying to get me. Hold on. Yes, it is my son. Hey, Cliff, text your son. Okay. So she's talking about staying in mystery and cultivate nostalgia for what never was. So think about, that longing that you have, that kind of sort of spiritual itch that's like, there's something that I want to bring into the world that never has been there. So we connect to our own unique light, to the mystery of ourselves, first of all. And then Kendrick Lamar, become the cure, not the symptom. So you can be broke without being broken. Don't demand respect, command it. Become the cure, not the symptom. All right. So we really connect with our own mystery, with our own unique ideas, our own unique longings and urges. And she talks about desire here. So that longing, and then become the cure, not the symptom, making sure that the things that we are longing for and going to bring forth, that these are not just manifestations of our fucked upness, And then we've got Lady Gaga. Turn bad romance into good business. Exaggerate your contradictions. Become the star you were born to be. All right. So it's kind of like staying in touch with the shadow side. I mean, look at just the colors in this. They've got that shadow, nighttime, twilight sort of look. So in general here, we're talking about staying in touch with that shadow side, looking at what we need to do in our healing, become the cure, not the symptom. So going past whatever the symptoms of trauma are, whatever symptoms, are showing up in our dysfunctional life, symptoms of overwork that maybe covers or is the symptom of low self-esteem. I'm overworking because I feel like I'm not worthy unless I work harder than anybody else. So he's talking about going past the symptom, letting the symptom guide you to a place, but going past the symptom in order to focus on the cure. And then Lady Gaga says, make something out of it. Make something out of it. Take these things that you're discovering about yourself from the deep unconscious side, and then looking at what the core is, or, what is the remedy for my low self-esteem? What happened to me that short-circuited that, and how can I reclaim my development, into good, healthy self-esteem? And then you take that and say, what can I do with it? What can I contribute to the world that's going to ring somebody else's bell? Exaggerating your contradictions. What was the other one that was, there were several of them talking about your flaws. One of them was just really talking about your flaws, and there's a little bit here, but it's not flaws, it's contradictions. This talks about also allowing yourself to be a multi-layered, contradictory person. We all have contradictions. That's, the way I was trained as an astrologer was all about finding the conflicts in people's charts, finding the contradictions, because these are the things that we grapple with personally every day. So allowing yourself to be a person of contradiction. And so this talks about not letting yourself be homogenized. So when you become the cure, allow yourself to embrace all of the parts of yourself. If you've got a super internal, introverted, private part, and then a part that is flamboyantly public, those things can coexist, and it's some really good self-knowledge work to look at your contradictions and see what they mean, and notice when they come out. When do you present with this part? When do you present with that part? There's a lot of information to be had there, huh? Wow. Okay, this is just an amazing deck. Reading, here we've got about respect as well, and not allowing your circumstances. Okay, you can be broke without being broken. Talks about not taking things personally. The outer circumstances of life, you don't need to identify with them as, this is who I am, this is what I deserve, and it'll never be any different. And then just allow yourself to emerge from that. When you do the healing work here and start working on the cures, then you can really come out as your glorious whole self, shining brightly. Wow. Okay. Well, and you know what? This is a gift deck, and I wasn't really, so this reading is for you, Dee, but I wasn't really thinking about it. So yeah, those unconscious places and really looking at the cure for them. All right, so let's do another one, because this has been pretty short so far. Not that they have to be horribly long, and I know a whole bunch of people have probably already checked out. Here we go. All right. So now I'm going to do 3 actually with you specifically in mind. All right. I want to do this through 2 more times, and then I'm taking off the top. I guess I'm not. All right, now I'll take one off the top. So we have Dolly Parton, Diana Ross, and Bob Dylan. Okay. Get them straight. Gotta have them straight. You know me. All right, Dolly Parton. The higher the heels, the closer to heaven. Caution will get you nowhere. The most precious diamonds are sometimes disguised as rhinestones. So this is talking about self-authenticating. You know, you are a diamond. Know your value. And, you know, Dolly has always been unapologetic about her appearance, and she's actually had that self-deprecating sense of humor. And she was certainly one that just accentuated her own contradictions. Caution will get you nowhere. Make sure they never see the last of you. If the job's worth doing, it's worth doing in a ball ground, and you can be a better you than anyone else. So that's what I'm going to go. Caution will get you nowhere. You can be a better you than anyone else, and darkness may be falling, but we're not there yet. So as far as just this would be a great, you know, 1 card a day pull kind of thing. As far as answering questions, not so much. I mean, you can certainly get the gist from the 3 statements made below and pull out more meaning if you're a good reader. But as far as just straight up answering questions, I would say not. And I mean, can you get 3 more diverse people here? We've got glam country icon. We've got Motown front and center, the golden age of Motown. And then we've got one of the greatest folk singers ever. So 3 completely different genres. Talk about diverse influences. So if I back up a second and just kind of look at this, and then it would be talking about your own many facets, that you have so many different facets of yourself, all equally valid. You know, there's the saucy part of you, there's the queenly part of you, and there's the grassroots part of you that is connected to people and what they need, Lady Libra. And Diana Ross and Dolly Parton, equally class acts, I would say, in completely different ways. Dolly certainly has lived her story. You know, it's not a fake story about where she came from. And yeah, the wigs were big and flamboyant, but she never, you know, made any bones about the wigs either. Everybody knew they were wigs, and she loves dressing up, as does Diana Ross. So again, I would say, you know, different sides of your womanhood, the humor and the classiness, the regalness, the bearing, and then again that ability to be just down to earth and in touch with that real person part of yourself, down to earth and grounded. So like I said, not really a deck that you can say, okay, here's what you need to do, or, you know, or maybe you can. I'll certainly work with it more because it's a delight. It really is. So thank you, my dear sister. Thank you for the wonderful gift. And I'm sure you'll get to play with it sometime soon. The rest of you, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And if you held back on the like button at the beginning, go ahead and hit it now, because I know you just absolutely adored this video. I will see you next time on a Wednesday night live stream, or another unboxing, or prayer circle, or spell circle, or something like that. And until I do, this is Luna. Blessed be.